We will have a chat room be able to read off if anybody's asking any questions. But hey, okay, everybody, it's Links to Truth. I got a chance due to somebody telling me that his good buddy William Fisher might be interested in talking with me. As you know, I'm the the last reporter that's showing you the truth here in Harney County. So here's a guy who's been. How long have you been camping up there?
Um, Almost 4 or 5 days now. 5 days. 5 days.
5 days. And have you got a ticket yet?
Not yet. They're trying,
No, no, they're
but not
trying.
yet.
Okay. But you know your rights, you know the laws, so you're able to pretty much stop them each time, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Yesterday it got really interesting. We had an officer come up that literally came up over some Facebook posts. He drove all the way up from John Day to discuss a personal matter. In a fort, in his rig, in his uniform, with his gun and all. And to me, that wasn't very professional. It wasn't, courteous. I mean, I'm up there just camping. I'm not, harassing anyone that goes to the memorial. I stay back, I'm back there in my chair and just, looking to make sure that nobody's tearing it up. If I believe somebody is tearing it up, I present myself. I start walking down there, and you can see me walking down there. So just like today, a guy up there on a red BMW motorcycle, um, white helmet, had stopped over and really quick uh, decided that he needed to kick over one of the little tiny crosses that had been left up, and some of the sticks that had made Lavoie's brand. And so that was I thought something was going on, a little fishy, so I walked down real quick, and he see me and instantly jumped on his bike and took off, and I went over there really quick and fixed it again, and just made it like it was. And like I said, I'm not gonna go in violence. If I believe that somebody's down there doing something, I will go sit down on what I believe you know needs to happen. I'll sit right there, and if they want to go in my bubble and assault me, then I'll protect myself. um but other than that, that's like I said, we're not violent. We're just up there kind of kicking back and enjoying it. I mean, I seen a baby antelope today. So it was, it's been awesome. It's been great. uh we met the camp host today, and this is what happened today. Is we met with the camp host. She came down early this morning and cleaned the bathroom and left, and then came back this afternoon because her boss had told her not, or had advised her not to come and clean the bathrooms because there was some violent men over there, and that we could be very violent to her. And so that, he made sure that she had a weapon and that she knew how to use it. And she she was like, oh well, okay, and so, but the local and native that she is like, well, if this is this is what my thought was, was that she must have questioned the government, because she came right on down and drove right up and looked right at my flags and said, nice flags. And and then stood there for 2 hours talking to us about how she's a native and just stuff, and how this was God's land. This is nobody's land but God's land. And so I mean, we talked, and I got her opinion, and it was a great meeting. And she was laughing about how violent we weren't. And so I mean, that's the whole thing. um I just got into town. I got a message from Steve Cry, which I do believe is Lavoie's son. Um, and he is very, very thankful that I'm up there. And that right there is all I need to continue my journey, continue my message. Every night we're going to go ahead, and at 7 o'clock, we're going to sit down there and read out of the Constitution. Our little handbooks, we're just going to read them, nothing big. This is kind of for myself. Yep. Yep. That's it right there, buddy. Because that's something that Lavoie would do. He would sit on the mountain and just read his Constitution. I mean, he's got many videos of it. And I believe that, just continuing that effort and, I don't know, it's just for myself. I need to read it. Every day you find something new. And every time I read it, I find something new. And so, I mean, it's an amazing journey. And right now it's people have been coming by, paying their respects, slowing down. We've had several, people just kind of slow down and honk their horn and wave and be very polite. We've had people come in the campground, say hi. We had a couple come 200 miles yesterday. Tim and Sarah Britton came down and just had to say hi and make sure that I was okay. But, the thing is like I said, we're not violent people. We're just up there making sure that a memorial stays and that, there's no violence to it. We can't understand how an American flag is considered trash. And, to me, that's kind of like what I'm challenging. I'm challenging their trash laws. I am challenging their litter laws because I believe that an American flag that is, in my opinion, I am a American citizen, in my opinion, is a hero, an American hero, and deserves to have that flag flying high as we could possibly get it up in them trees, and not for them to destroy it, to remove it, to consider it trash, because it's not. It is pride, it is honor, it is what Lavoy died for, to show us. And it woke me up. It woke me up majorly. I was following it long before. I followed part of the Bundy Ranch. I mean, I've been watching this, and I'm tired of watching it, and that's the whole thing. I'm just tired of sitting back. I'm tired of, I got a 3-year-old little girl, and she has no life coming, none, zero. And so this to me is for her. This is for myself, because I sang a song in school, in elementary school. This land was your land. This land is my land. And I believe that. And I don't believe this is the federal government's land at all. This is the American people. And to me, Lavoy was the American people. And when Lavoy was murdered, I believe that message really, really hit a lot of people. And I mean, I'm sitting here with a local right now, and he's the one that's actually, he's got my 6. And I'll tell you what, he's going to talk for a minute if you don't mind. But he's fed up too. And, this is his own personal. What's that?
I have no problem with that. For me, I don't know if you've watched me, but I'm the asshole that speaks his mind, and I do my damnedest to make sure that truth gets out there. None of this mainstream media bullshit.
Right.
So if you've got a local there, and if he's willing to talk, that's no problem.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely here in just one second. And then, okay. Yeah. Anyway, so, we'll go ahead. If you want to do you want to interview him now?
It's up to you. I mean, I know you have a very short time frame that you're able to be back down here.
We have to get going.
We got to get back up there.
Yeah, we got to get back up there. But you want to?
Yeah.
Okay, here you go, man.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Well, I'm actually living in Hines right now. I grew up in Princeton, so I'm a local myself. So.
Well, I was born here. I moved away for quite a few years and came back, and wasn't the same place I left, and it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, I'm just asking. Me personally, I feel that when I left for the military, this was a good old hometown, country living style to come back to. When I got back after the military and after traveling the United States a bit, it felt like the precursor to Nazi Germany.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. It is. Over the past few decades in this town, there have been things that people just don't talk about. During the occupation, there were things we were not allowed to say. If you had a job in town, you open your mouth, you're out of a job.
Yep.
If you stand for anything. I quit my job. I am semi known as the gas man, but I quit my job, and I told him I can't condone this. I can't put another drop of gas in anybody that's going to go point a gun at my neighbors, period. And I'm not going to stand for anybody going out and desecrating an honorable place, someplace that needs to be.
I'm just the way William and you both are talking. It seems like both of you and most of the people that are out there in support of Lavoie's memorial are not. In fact, you're being extremely peaceful. But the opposition, the one to destroy it and make it so it doesn't exist anymore, they're the ones that have a higher chance and a higher show of violence. But they also run extremely fast, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we had a troll come up. And I mean, he was very polite, but
the whole time
he was very disrespectful. He was, I asked him straight up not to even talk about Lavoie, because he started to kind of say some, told him, please don't, because I would get upset, and we were ending the conversation then. And he came up with the Pepsi and said, well, peace offering, but file the permits. And, we'll leave it alone, but you keep adding stuff, we'll keep coming back. And I said, well, we're going to be here, so.
And you've been out to Yellow Jacket and Delinman, right, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. I grew up around here. I used to love fishing out there.
Road?
Oh, yeah, there's crosses all along there. In fact, there's even I don't know if this is a definite, but Deputy McLean has a relative that has a cross at a BLM. I believe it's at Poison Creek.
I've heard that, but I haven't seen it with my own eyes. But
I've seen pictures of it. So,
well, but the point still remains: nobody's saying a word about those crosses, and they're all across America on every side road, every gravel road, people are stupid sometimes, and they get drunk and they kill them and they kill themselves. But those are supposed to be remembered by the American people, not the ones that stood up for the Americans.
Right.
I don't understand that.
I want to add something to that really quick, because my grandfather raised me pretty much my whole life, and I remember him telling me, certain things in life, and one of them happened to be, with memorials and graveyards, grave sites, because you would see somebody on the news, go and tip over a grave site. And I remember that man telling me, if I ever hear you ever doing something like that, I will whoop your ass. My grandfather was serious, and he would whoop my ass. It wasn't violent. It was to teach me if I needed to, learn something. And I never done something like that, because of my grandfather. And, he told me, he says, this is someone's, family member. This is someone's, closing. This is someone's, healing process. And for them to be able to come out here, and enjoy the last breath of where their family member took, and if Miss Finicum or, the kids want to come up, his great grandkids in 100 years want to come up, there should be something there for them to come and see destroyed that has not been, disrespected and immorally freaking, there's no even, you can't even describe what it is, because it's so sick. And so, for me, I'm willing to put my whole summer aside and be up there for as long as it takes. I'm paying the fees. There's nobody up there, so I don't need to leave. And I'm not causing any trouble. I don't, possess any guns up there. I'm not, gonna go off and shoot anybody or getting, crazy or anything. we invite the trolls up. We want to discuss. We want to show them why this is so just, we shouldn't have to, but, if they want to talk and badmouth it and go up and say that an American flag is trash, I would like to hear why. I would like to know why. And then I would like to ask him, what is an American? What to you is an American? And same thing about, like, if I went to your family memorial, and desecrated it, would you like it? No, you wouldn't.
So why are you doing this? Grandpa right then, and I'd be whooping your ass.
So, and I mean, exactly. And to that right there, it's just, we invite the Forest Service to come up. We invite David Ward to come up. Come up in your clothes, in your jeans, with your rifle, with your gun, whatever. But don't come at me in a professional way, because I am not going to contract with you. I am going to ask for 3 forms of ID by Title 18, Sections 241 and 242. You wish to contract with me, you need to remember that I am the master, you are my servant. Okay? You decide to do something wrong and violate my rights, you are a public servant, you receive public scrutiny. Just because it's on Facebook, don't come to me in the freaking office pickup with your badge and stuff. Come to me in your jeans, because this is a personal matter.
Right.
This isn't government.
And come to talk.
And come to talk. I will talk to anybody. I will not be treated like they are, surrounding my vehicle, coming at me aggressively, asking me why I'm up there, having pictures of me, telling the little lady not to come around, and she literally was laughing and loved our flags. And so, I mean, honestly, anybody wants to come up and ask her, she said she would talk to them. If I'm being violent, or anything like that, if there's any kind of
never feels threatened.
Yeah, so but we want people to come and learn, educate, sit down with us at 7 o'clock every night, and enjoy reading the Constitution. If you don't, then protest the protest. That's fine. It doesn't make sense, but it's fine. You have that right.
Didn't make sense the first time.
Make sure you pay your $8 to stay there for the day, though, because they will get you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now I do have a couple questions from the chat room here. First question is: isn't everything that was placed there at the memorial site made from the earth?
Yes.
Yes. Now.
Wouldn't that be all natural then?
Yes. Besides the 2 little flags that stick out. Everything there right now is natural, and there's the light. But other than that, everything around it is natural. There's a cross way up in the tree that I really don't think anybody's going to have time enough to get up there before I come down and say hi to him and record him and then go and post on Facebook. Right. But, I mean, that's the whole thing. Everything right now is beautiful. There are some really, really pretty rocks in there. And that's the whole thing. We're planting wildflowers. We're going to make one of these weekends. I'd like to have people come up with us and go around with some wildflower seeds and spread out the wildflower seeds everywhere.
Now, I did hear someplace, just to warn you ahead of time, I'll look into it more, but I did hear that planting flowers or living organisms there on Forest Service land is supposedly illegal.
Okay, well, when I talked to the Forest Service, because I asked them what we could do, and actually Sheriff David Ward suggested that we take
the indigenous wildflowers.
Yes, the wildflowers that would already be up there that Mr. Lavoie would go out and ride his horse and see, because he even felt that that's what he would want. And so that is what we're going to try to do. We want to find the seeds that are already up there, like the little sunflowers, the little paintbrush, and go up and spread them around. And that was suggested by Sheriff Ward. So
he suggested it, but that could.
And, hey, there's a Burns Police right there.
He's probably coming to me and trying to throw me a ticket for being up there a while ago.
Yeah.
You are the young man who was up there and got harassed while you were camping up there?
Okay, so when I was up there, I believe that happened like the day before he received that ticket, either the day before I arrived or the day of, because I came into town after I got surrounded by them guys at the gas man's house that night because I just did not feel comfortable, did not feel safe, and was scared shitless pretty much. I mean, I'll admit, lots of guns and just flashbacks of bad things. And so I'm not exactly sure. I do know that he did receive the ticket because Sheriff Ward did confirm that he did receive the $5,000 ticket because he concreted the cross in. We cannot concrete.
Well, actually, the question was, are you the man who has been camping up there and has been harassed? Are you the man that has been camping up there and been harassed? That's the question. Oh, looks like we might have lost him. Or he froze. Yep, looks like he froze. Now, if we can get him back, that's great. If not, I'm bringing you as I get it, guys. This is not me setting up things. I contacted him yesterday. A friend of his contacted me like 2 days ago or 3 days ago, and I finally saw it. So now I was giving it to you guys. It's straight out. There's no script or anything here, and this is what I do. I will find out all the information I can, eyewitness news, documentation, whatever. I saw the chance, and I grabbed it quickly. Now, we should let him get back up there, for he is doing a very good thing in educating people of the Constitution. And there he goes. So if he gets to see this later on, I would actually like to thank William and one of my local brothers here that believes in America, not communist United States Corporation. So there you guys go. And I will let you be. Seek the truth, speak the truth, and be the truth. Stop being a pussy and be American. Have a good day.